Nikola Tesla said, think of everything in terms of frequency and like vibrations. I was having a conversation with a coworker earlier, and it really caught me off guard, and it really like made me think of things from an entirely different perspective. He said he's learned that diseases all stem from emotional irregulation. And I thought that was very, very odd, because I've had similar thoughts. I've learned about disease and whatnot similarly to him in some ways. So it didn't like catch me too much as it probably will for you all. But the emotional irregulation part, it was very interesting. And then he followed it up by saying that, well, all emotions are just frequencies. And it was like, huh. And then I started thinking that like at lower frequencies you have guilt, shame, anger, lust, which when you look into the spiritual side of things, that's hell. And then as you ascend up the chakras, as you ascend up your vibration and your frequencies you're vibrating at, you reach the earth, and then you reach heaven, which is where like gratitude, happiness, love, authenticity are at. And when you're experiencing those higher frequencies more often, you're almost never sick. And I heard about a year ago that people who are in a bad mood get sick way more often. So a lot of this is all starting to tie in together. And he said a lot of, I don't know if he said he came to the conclusion or if it was something else, but he said a lot of cancer patients have pent-up anger. And I thought that was very interesting. I don't know if that's just they don't have a healthy outlet for it, or if it's just the anger itself causes it. But when you think about it, that's interesting. That diseases aren't real in the sense we are taught they are, but diseases are really just emotional regulation. Very interesting to think about. So always be in a good mood, always be positive, try to experience more of authenticity, love, gratitude, be in a state of heaven as opposed to being in a state of hell where you're angry, mad, lustful, guilty, shameful, all that. Just interesting thing. And then it makes me wonder, because when you look into some of this, I believe it's called a torus field. Every person has a torus field. And when you're at these lower vibrations, these lower frequencies, you are more susceptible to diseases. But supposedly, it also makes you more susceptible to demons and demonic possession too. And I have to double check, but I thought I read or saw something that stated drinking and alcohol, for sure getting drunk, opens you up to that, which I suppose that's part of the reason why Muslims have a forbiddance on alcohol, stating it leads to forbiddance on alcohol, stating it leads to demonic possession. So learn to regulate your emotions in a healthy manner and choose to live in a state of heaven. Just interesting conversation I had today.